to go for a pressure washing class. If you are coming to my class, you can pull around the building and you will park back here. This is where we're going to be at. This is where we're going to be doing our class at. I got a special person here. He's our, I don't even know what you would call it in water. He's a fluffer in Christmas lights, but I don't know what you would call it in water. But
I'm a sprinkler.
He's a sprinkler. We got the sprinkler right here. And so we got class coming here tomorrow. It's going to be a good class. We're actually at Vortex Pro Wash.
Triangle pressure service.
And this triangle pressure service. So Vortex Pro Wash is the business side of it, and then Triangle Pressure Washing is the
build and service and
building, learning how to service and all that kind of stuff. And so we'll be here tomorrow. We'll be using one of this trailer right here for a demo. This is kind of what we'll be cleaning off of. Donovan will have his truck here, so he will be here doing it. And all that good stuff. So that said, it'll be a fun day tomorrow, right?
it's gonna be a real fun day. We're gonna have some cool safety things that are not necessarily in every other class. We'll have a lift out here, get a chance to possibly use it. If you're not taking pictures, maybe jump up in it if you're a little adventurous.
If you're not scared of heights.
Not scared of heights, we'll put you up in the air a little bit, spin you around once or twice. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about, on my side of the business, where I have an expertise, is gutter cleaning. A lot of you guys know that. And we aim for like 300 grand per truck for a 2-guy crew.
300 grand per truck?
Per year.
No way.
Yeah.
There's no way you can do 300 grand.
You can make a little bit of money. I think you got a video coming out maybe here in a few days on how we made, what was it?
$500 in 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. So there's, it's all about how you bid stuff. You can be a $99 guy, or you can be the right here, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 rig, $300, $400 an hour guy. Same thing with any service. It's a service-based business. A lot of what we're going to teach in this class, it's going to overlap marketing, safety, et cetera, et cetera.
Right here's the fluffer.
No, let's turn it around. Here is the official fluffer. Right
here's the official fluffer.
Am I getting made fun of?
This is the fluffer right here.
I'm the video guy for this weekend, so any video you see.
But again, this is something that you will learn a lot. And we've been talking a lot about pricing and how to price stuff. Pricing is what will make you successful at the end of the day. If you don't know how to price, learn how to price. That and you don't need a $25,000-$30,000 rig.
I got a $1,000 truck that's made me 100 grand this year just by listening to this guy.
And then Greg Townsend, he's going to do almost 100 grand this year out of a 1994 $2,000 worth of equipment. So yes, equipment makes things easier, but it isn't the end all beat all of I gotta have this or I ain't gonna make money. And that's what I want you to know, and that's why I want you to the fluffathon. I think that Bobby thanks for I think Bobby's the king of fluffathon right there. So
I agree.
But again, this is something cool. So I want to show you around in this shop a little bit because it's got a big old bleach tank. I don't think I've ever seen a bleach tank this big. I don't even know what a fluffer is. Go look it up, Bobby.
Yeah,
go. You love looking up that
YouTube
stuff. Go up there and look that up and see what a fluffer is. It is something that is right up your alley. It's right up. It's not as close as the big black guy that you like showing, but it's real close to it. I'm too busy. But if you haven't, chilling in Epcot, I'm shocked. He's at Disney. But if you are looking up for something, some chemicals, or looking at getting a trailer built, and you're down in this area, definitely check them out. What is it?
Triangle Pressure Service.
Triangle Triangle Pressure Services. This is where we're going to have the class at tomorrow. They build rigs, they sell equipment, they do all kinds of stuff. They
Service
work on equipment.
sell chemical.
So if you're not very smart on fixing stuff, a lot of times people think I got to fix my own stuff or I'm losing money. No, you're actually losing money by trying to save time of doing that, because again, you could be doing a $20 task, or you could be working on $1,000 task, an hour task.
Well, we've been averaging $300 to $400 an hour power washing. Okay, I don't have to pay him $300 to $400 an hour to wrench on my equipment.
Exactly. So by you being down, that means you're losing $300 to $400 plus everything else. So have you ever heard of soft wash with muriatic acid? I would say hail to the no. To the no.
Heard of it, don't do it.
Yeah, that's not very smart. Especially muriatic acid and bleach is an ugly thing. It will blow you up, period. It is not pretty. But again, this is a small shop right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's kind of on the north side of Raleigh.
This shop's on the south side.
Oh, that's right. We're on the south side. The Christmas light training is on the north side. And so it is something that if you do need pressure washing and that kind of stuff, $400 including drive time. Is that including drive time, the $300 to $400?
No, if we're, no, okay, but my drive time, I gotta be honest, I got 10,000 clients, okay, so my drive time is 5 minutes. So at the beginning of the day, I don't have to travel I know some of you guys drive 2-3 hours, and I don't have to. We have a lot of clients, so I might be traveling 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes at the beginning of the day, and then I'm working 5 minutes in between. So I don't have, 2-3 hours. Found the Christmas lights, huh? I don't have 2-3 hours of drive time every day. So to answer your question, no, that does not include drive time. But for me, that's a small factor. Drive time is a very small factor, just because with the software we use, our routing, and the different crews that I have, it's very, very, very efficient. We have very little inefficiencies in our system.
Awesome.
It does include truck to truck time. So when I pull up in the driveway, that's when I start the timer, because you could have 10, 15 minutes of unloading everything at some places, or moving furniture, or all that other type of stuff. So we've definitely found ways to factor in getting paid for moving furniture and everything else.
And that's a good question that somebody asked of, how do you pay? You pay both ways. He pays hourly and salary, or you can pay by the job. There's different ways to do it. Just depending on, your business model and how you want it to be set up. You can do it percentage, you can do all different kinds of jobs right there.
Yeah, what type of company culture do you want to develop? The way I do things, and the way that, like for me, I will, if I say, hey Jason, I'm going to meet you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. That is a lie from the pit of hell. I will be sleeping, okay? I am not a morning person. I'm not going to show up and meet my guys at a job site. I don't care what time to get started. Get the work done, okay? So I'm not really, hourly doesn't work for me. So sort of what works for you is, it's kind of like what you attract. You attract kind of what you want. So for me, I like to budget. I like to, hey, if I hit $20,000 this month, all my bills are paid. Above 20 is, profit. So if I have everybody on salary, for me, I just know what I need to hit each month, and then I'm kind of good to go. My seasonal help, my temporary help, I start them out at, I start them out hourly, and they can earn more just depending upon, I got a graduated scale where they know what they need, what it takes to earn more. But again, that's going to be different for every area.
And that's a good point. But I don't want to hear the excuse of my area, I can't charge as much, or my area. That's a bunch of hogwash, hogwash.
The same house I charge $800 for, somebody else will do it for $125.
Guarantee it. Now they have to find that, and marketing and everything else goes into that also. He's the king of networking is what I'm finding out, and it is something that you can do, and it can be profitable, and we hear it all the time. Jason, you don't understand. Down here in Florida, it's different. You can't grow a business here. Somebody that's going to be on track to probably make $750 this year. Not $750, not $7.50.
Couple of commas, couple of zeros.
Exactly. That's $750,000, And so when I hear that, I just want to kick you in the nuts, because here's what happens when you try to bid cheap, and when you're the cheap guy, you are not going to be in business. You will be out of business if you do not charge. The hardest thing about this is running a business. We are running a business. You know, if you don't run a business, then you will be out of business. And that is the whole key at the end of the day.
Let's pan over these 4 trailers. A $99 guy, this is what I can't promise you, will never get this. They'll never get sandblasting, 2 8 gallons a minute, right here, 2 more 8 gallons, 2 more 8 gallons a minute, 2 more 8 gallons a minute, hot wash, soft wash. $99 guy will never have that.
Never, because he won't be able to afford it. He won't be able to grow. Because again, it's about business. If you don't do business, you will be out of business. That's all it is. So I will be, I could do it in Cali. It is, yeah, exactly. You know, and then in California, you're going to have to charge more because it's a lot different there. You got regulations to jump through. You're not going to be a $99 guy to get there and just make it happen. It's a lot different there. And you know what? There's a lot more money to be made there. You just got to go do it. It's like saying that in New York. I know people in New York make boku loads of money because you got to make buku loads of money or you're going to be out of business. It's about, I think the biggest problem is a lot of guys don't know what business is. You know, a lot of guys,
they're ashamed of profit.
The mindset of an employee mindset is, well, if I make $20 an hour, that's good money. If I make $50 an hour, that's good money. No, it is not good money. Yeah. That is not running a business. That is an employee mindset. That is a poor mindset, and you will not make money. I've said this before. You know, people that come into this business that have made good money in their past jobs and then do this usually do well because they understand money. And if you don't understand money, you will never be the best at what you do. You know, if I don't understand money, I can't make $100,000. If I was a person that only made $40,000 to $50,000, for me to make $100,000 spraying water would blow my mind. How much have you made this year just in spraying water?
Over 100, and
over $100,000.
Yeah.
And he did very, very little. Yeah. And so that is the mindset you got to have to be successful. And you got to have a mindset to be successful, because if you always say, if you're using the word can't, you're right. You probably can't do it.
Well, and what I will say is can't. If you're not making 100 an hour minimum, and we can have play devil's advocate on this. You probably can't pay your taxes. You probably can't pay your insurance. You probably can't pay for good guys. You probably can't pay for good equipment. Those are some can'ts. But all of that is fixed by fixing the one thing that trickles down, and that is profit.
Right.
Profit.
Your bottom line. You know, you won't have a bottom line if we're using can, because that's what goes out the door the very first thing. You know, when you have a rig like this and this breaks down and you're not charging enough, you will be out of business. That's all it comes down to.
And I will say this, one of these rigs got torn up. The 8 gallon a minute was on the side of the road. Somebody decided to sideswipe it. He didn't go out of business.
Right.
You know, he didn't go bankrupt. And that's because profit. Okay? You can have a backup. You can have money to fix stuff, you know? So
Yep.
Stuff is going to happen. That's the other thing in business. Stuff will happen that you cannot account for. And that's where having a higher margin makes a huge difference. Huge difference, yeah.
Yep. And, you know, a lot of times you got to be smart with it. I know some businesses that do a lot of money, but isn't smart with it. And so at the end of the day, if you're not smart with it, then that does you no good either, you know. And so that's another thing, is making sure that our bottom line is profitable. Because if we're not profitable, again, you can do a $1 million business and
have $1 million in expenses.
And then have $1 million in expenses. And at the end of the day, it does you no good at that point. You know, you can be a one-man show and do $150,000, $200,000 and put 90% of that in their pocket. I know 2 guys that are doing that right now. One's in Upper Indiana, in Elkhart, Indiana. There's 20,000 people that live there, and he's did over $100,000, and he's probably going to put about $90,000 in his pocket. And another guy, he's going to do 150, and he's going to put $130,000 in his pocket. You know, I know people that do $1 million businesses and don't even put that in their pocket. And so that is what you got to do at the end of
There's
the day.
a guy that's coming to the Christmas light training who went to your power washing training. This is his first year in business. I talked to him. So I guess he's like, oh yeah, I know Jason, you know, and he's coming to Christmas lights on Sunday. But his very first year in business, he had a goal of 250. He put 2 guys on the truck and he actually did 225. It's looking like he's not going to hit his goal. Oh gosh, gee. But he's going to hit 225 first year in business. He has 2 guys on a truck. He's not doing anything. He's profitable off 1 truck, year 1, went to Jason's training.
Yep.
So it can be done at every level, and success principles are universal, I guess would be the biggest point. Yeah.
Hey, Donovan, going to be giving up the gutter cleaning, you think? Hell no, he ain't giving up that.
No. Yep.
That's going to be $1 million business
We
for
make
him.
a lot of money cleaning gutters. We make a lot of money cleaning gutters. But I'm being smart about it. I will say this. One of the best things that I've gotten from going live on YouTube and talking to people is I get so much information myself, and I am not a know-it-all. Every time that I post a video, like, I go through the comments and try to learn from all you guys, and I've learned so much on how to improve my business. I just want to say I really appreciate it. So, no, we're not giving up gutter cleaning, but we are improving the way that we're doing it. We're improving our safety. We're improving our efficiency. We're improving our profit on it. We've always been profitable, but now we're making some real profit. And I don't want, I don't know if the IRS is looking, so I'm not going to say exactly what it is. But we do really good doing gutter cleaning. And the other thing is that I got thousands of clients. So when I say that I did 6 figures, that's when a client asked us. We didn't email a single client. We didn't spend $1 on advertising. A client said, hey, do you guys do this? And said, yeah, we can help. And I went out and did it myself because I'm trying to learn how to do it all in-house this year. I did 6 figures by working 1-2 days a week or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't really trying. This is my learning year. But all that came from because of my gutter cleaning side of the business was just a good services that work real well together. And they have peak seasons at different times of the year. So I can go gutter cleaning, window cleaning, power washing, Christmas lights, and I can cycle through it and have different peak seasons at different times of the year. So.
Yep, exactly. Somebody asked the question, if you can make money in Michigan, there's plenty of money to be made in Michigan.
I know a lot of people making money in Michigan.
A lot of money in Michigan to be made up there, a lot, and it's not that hard to get because there's not a lot of good professionals up in that area, and there's a lot of money to be made in Michigan.
And another thing is, people always think about, hey, I want to get my slice of the pie, right? They think about that. But guys, you don't need to carve out your piece of the pie. The pie is ever growing. People are going to have babies, okay? People are going to turn 18. People like me are going to turn 30. They're going to buy their first house. The pie is growing. There's room for people in the industry. And the more that we're all doing it together, the more that we're all doing it professionally, the more we're all charging a premium, it's actually easier to get business. If you're in an area where everybody's a DIY homeowner and everybody's washing the house themselves, they've never paid $1,000 to have power washing done, you are going to have a hard time selling them. But when every single neighbor in that neighborhood hires a company, you just got to smile. You just got to be personable, and you're going to get that job. It's a lot easier to get jobs in areas with competition.
Yep. And so I think that a lot of times, training is a big thing, getting trained, getting around people that are successful, that kind of stuff. Obviously, when we, Donovan, I've had to help him raise his prices, and a lot of times and we went to a guy last night that is in the Christmas light business, that Donovan is still the cheaper than him. This dude is doing 450 houses and he's at $10 a foot. I'm trying to get him to go to $8 a foot, and he's at $10 a foot. But wait a minute, there's no Christmas light. Are you the only 2 Christmas light installers around here?
There's 15, 20 of them, and there's guys here at $3 a foot. It doesn't matter.
And so that's the other thing of, well, somebody else will do it for $99. Well, guess what? You're not the $99 guys. There's people, that's not your customer.
If you're a fireman, nothing against firemen, but if you're a fireman, you got a full-time job, you got a kid at home, family, and you just want to work on the weekend or something like that, and you want to charge $3 a foot, you can go have a job. That's like cutting a few lawns. It's not really a business. You're just owning a hobby that produces a couple $1,000. Nothing wrong with that. Good for it. Go for it. You're never going to have this,
right,
unless you raise your prices. I'm not into it for a hobby. I get satisfaction out of working, and then I get satisfaction out of sitting at home putting checks in the bank.
Counting that money. Nobody ever gets tired of counting that money. Yeah. Do you get tired of counting that money coming in?
Well, I don't even have to count it all. I'm going to be honest with you. since I started plugging in with Jason, how long has it been? 2-3 years? It hasn't been that long.
About 2 years.
Okay, 2 years. Okay, I can't tell you. We're not talking millions of dollars, but I couldn't tell you to 10,000 how much is in my bank account. It's just, I'm not saying money is the root of all happiness or anything like that, but a lack thereof causes a lot of stress. Okay, when you have to keep that schedule full, and you have to chase it, when you have to chase the dollar bill, when you're worried about your back is sore, but you still got to go out and work this day. When that's like a necessity to feed your family, and every time a dollar comes in, it's already allocated to paying a bill. I was there. I've done it for years and years and years and years and years. That has not been a concern for the last few years, okay? And having that in the bank account, my marriage is better, my kids are happier. I mean, it's just, it takes off so much stress that I can focus on other things that are really important.
It does make
It's
a
just
lot of
tool.
things happen.
It's just a tool.
It's just like a brick. You can build a house with it, or you can throw it through the window. It can
Oh,
be good or
jinx.
bad. Money's the same way. You can build a house with it, or you can love it. And when you love it, that's when it's a problem. And so, and you know what I always tell people of, especially a lot of people that are growing up in church and stuff, and you've always heard, money is evil, and it's not money. It's the love of money.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen poor people give? Last time I checked, poor people don't give very much because they don't have it to give.
Or they can give very little.
They give very little. And, if you make more money and you're able to give more money, and things like that are very definitely.
It's all equal. Giving is a universal thing. If you give, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit or a lot, you're gonna get blessed back. That is a biblical principle. It's a universal principle. It's a scientific principle. If you give, you're gonna receive.
Right.
Okay. And if you have a little and you give a little, that means just as much as if you have a lot and give a lot. But again, we talked to the landscape company yesterday. It's a very successful landscaping business, very successful Christmas business. He's hiring a new gal to take over his Christmas side of things. He's paying her $150,000 as an employee.
$150,000.
If a $99 guy cannot give that opportunity.
A $99 guy ain't even gonna make $150,000 a year.
But let's say I have technicians that have been with me for 9-10 years. That'll tell you I take care of my guys, right? But what if I was a $99 guy and I never wanted to improve, and I never wanted to advertise, I never want to do that? I can never give them that opportunity. I can bless more people by having profit, and I can give that opportunity to people who have said, Donovan, I want to be on your team. Mm-hmm. I can help more people.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
If you want to come learn tomorrow, if you're around the area, we're here in Raleigh. You can go to check out pressurewashhelp.com/training. If not, in-person training. If not, I will be having one in Florida in the January 3rd, I believe it is. It's that Sunday. I can buy more beer than that.
You buy more beer. There you go. You can buy more beer.
But again, we will be here tomorrow. It is in Raleigh, so if you're somewhere close to Raleigh, go check it out. If not, I'll be back on here. We'll be back on here tomorrow and Sunday. It'll probably Sunday night. I don't know exactly where I'm going to do my live at, but I got to figure that out. So hope you all have a great weekend. If not, it's supposed to be kind of colder here tomorrow. So if you are coming, make sure you bring a sweatshirt. That does not matter if you get bleach on it.
Yeah, for Saturday, bring an $8 hoodie.
We will probably be spraying bleach, and so that is something that we will be doing. So we'll see you then.